So, Jon Jones is back in the news again already, and not about his retirement. This is a totally different matter, legal matter, and I know what you're thinking. It's the thing dragging on with the Asada employee or whatever that he was threatened to kill at his house. No, it's not that. Um, I got the article here from the Albuquerque Journal, so I'm pretty sure they've got things down pat. Um, It says here, the Journal has learned a criminal summons accusing Jones, 37, of a misdemeanor charge of leaving the scene of an accident in February was filed Tuesday in Metropolitan Court. Jones has been called to appear for a bond arraignment on July 24th in Metro Court. So he's in court in a month. I can understand why he doesn't want to be fighting Aspinall now. He's still got loads of crap going on in his life. He is not living right. So this obviously happened not long, 2-3 months after the Stipe fight. A representative of Jones' sports management agency referred to the Journal to an attorney, and when reached by the Journal, Chris Dodd, who represented Jones in a past case, said he could not comment. Jones on night posted retirement, blah, blah, boring. Right. The criminal complaint stated an Albuquerque police officer was investigating a traffic crash near San Mateo and Lomas when she came across a woman in the front passenger seat of one of the cars exhibiting signs of significant intoxication and lacking clothing from the waist down. I'm sorry, I can't help but laugh at that. The woman reportedly said Jones was the driver, of course, but fled the scene on foot. Man, they just, for a second, people just assume that all these things is like, they're like, oh, well, they don't actually think. People like normies, they don't realize people who are criminals and do criminal activity, they get caught for like 3% of the things they do. So how many times has he been caught fleeing from it? Like, you've got to understand, this is the tip of the iceberg. He might have bodies in the Albuquerque desert. We have no idea. Jones is a wild man. He's a wild man. The amount of things he must have done and got away with, got away from, and then paid his way out of and such, with NDAs and all sorts. Trust me, I wouldn't be surprised if in 10, 15, 20 years, we get some Diddy allegations on all sorts on this guy. This guy is insane. Right, back to the thing. But just to let you know, if you've been caught for all these things, don't think that's all he's done. He's been caught for a small minority fraction of the things that he's actually done. Believe me. Right. She then called Jones. So the woman reportedly said Jones was the driver, but he fled the scene on foot. She then called Jones, the complaint stated, and a police service aide spoke to the man at the other end of the call, believed to be Jones. He appeared to be heavily intoxicated and made statements implying his capacity to employ lethal force through third parties. Okay, going full Breaking Bad to the PSA, the court record stated. The PSA requested backup after what was believed to be a threat when a police officer then talked to Jones and said similar allusions to violence were made. Guy's a fool. The man on the phone never. I was the biggest fan of this guy when I was young as well. I was just such a fan of this guy, and I'm not like a square myself, like, but there's just a certain point, like when like you're beating women in hotel rooms, your mother, your kids, and your kids, and that. It's too much, innit? Like I'm not a uptight, hoity-toity kind of person, but it's just too much. And like I said, you just got to understand, it's the tip of the iceberg. The man on the phone never answered direct questions about whether he was Jon Jones, the complaint stated. When interviewed in person a few days after the crash, sobered up, Jones said the woman found in the car had left his house earlier in the day intoxicated and called him after getting in a crash. Because intoxicated, dopey women who come to your house and get high on mushrooms and alcohol, definitely when they get into a crash and they're all dazed and concussed, they know to hop in the passenger seat because they're hardened criminals who know how to think like that, of course. After getting in the crash, so had left his house earlier in the day intoxicated and called him after getting in the crash, at which time Jones said the person she handed the phone to immediately opened the conversations with unprofessional language, which led him to doubt the legitimacy of the individual's claim. The woman later told police she drank alcohol and consumed mushrooms at Jones's house and recalled needing to change her clothes at his house. She was getting wet. Her next recollection was being at the scene of the traffic accident. Yeah, because she was concussed. Trust me, she was concussed. She wasn't changing seats. She said the last person she remembered driving her car was Jones, the court record indicated. Oh, so it was her car. Police said, I'd love to see these kind of women if she's hot or not. I just would like to know. Police said Jones called the woman phone 13 times until the time of the crash, until 11:34 a.m. the following morning, and that text messages from his phone were included, though could not be captured in call detail records. Okay. The police report indicated the crash happened February 21st, but also one place stated but also in one place stated an officer conducted follow-up interviews on January 24th. It's unclear why the charge against Jones wasn't filed until months after the incident. Also, there's no indication the charge and the decision to retire are connected. Jon Jones called us last night and retired, blah, blah, blah. So that's a load of this. Jones, da, 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 da. Well, most fans have been calling for Jon Jones to fight Aspinall on X, but it's a contest Jones has never seen pursuing. John, who lives and trains in Albuquerque, several run-ins with the law throughout his illustrious storied and high scrutinised career. Yeah, he's had more than a few. And it just goes on about bringing up the pregnant hit and run from 2015. Like, you know, it was 10 years ago. Man, that's about it. That's about it. That's the whole story. And that I read that from the Albuquerque Journal, verbatim, as DC said, word for word. That's exactly what it said. So everything I've said there, I've read word for word. He's just like McGregor. He's just going to have a wild, wild life. But I think this guy is not as far under the spotlight as McGregor and has a little bit more... I don't even know if he has more sense than McGregor, but I think he has a little bit more... Like, he would want to hit someone in a club, but I think John might think, right, I'm in a club here. There's loads of witnesses. Let's chill. Whereas McGregor, I think McGregor genuinely believes that he is Tony Montana Scarface and is untouchable and can do whatever the hell he wants. I genuinely believe that. No one tells him no. Like we saw when he spat in that guy's face, the security guard. These guys are living lives like that. No one's going to tell him no. No one can really physically tell him no because they're hard dudes. Whatever you want to say about McGregor, you go up and start a fight with him. See how that goes. Yeah, he's a washed-up fighter, but watch how quickly a washed-up fighter whoops your ass if you run up on him. Believe me, that left hook will still bang, as that guy in the club found out. But, man, these guys are going to have... In the next 20 years... We're going to have crazy things. I guarantee, I think they're both going to have jail sentences. And just to let you know before I finish the video, to get a jail sentence as someone as rich and powerful as these guys, you have to really keep breaking the law and really do something egregious. And I genuinely believe one, probably both, will end up going to jail at some point. And when I say jail, I'm in the UK. Jail over here just means straight prison. There is no jail and prison over here. It's just you're jail, you're remanded, it's all the same. There's no jail and then prison and then stay over here. It's just you're in jail or you're not. Prison/jail or you're not. It's all the same thing. If you're on remand, you're on remand on the wing, you know. But yeah, man, just a little short video. These guys aren't going to have easy lives, and they don't make their lives easy. They've got the money. They don't need to be like, he doesn't need to be driving this car drunk. He's got the money. He could be getting chauffeured around in the back, and how much more fun would that be? Why does he want to be driving when he could? The girls, you know, got their bottom half off. They're obviously having a good time. Why not be in the back of a Maybach? With the screener, with the champagne in the middle, and whatever else sundries they might want to partake in, if you get my meaning. Just it'd literally be better than every kind of way. You'd have more fun. You'd be able to get up to more fun. You wouldn't be breaking the law. No one could fuck with you, and you just have a better time. And just make sure the driver's like someone you went to school with, one of your homeboys who you're really close with and you trust. Pay him $200-300 a day. He's gonna be more than happy to cruise around in a Maybach for that much money. And you could just hire him, you know, when you need him. But man, yeah, I don't know what to say. It's just the guy's just a walking drama show. So we'll see what comes of this court case. He'll probably beat it like he always does. Because I think the fact that he wasn't there, it's going to be hard. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove, and they're not going to be able to prove that he was driving the car. It's going to be her word against his. He was smart enough to, because he knows as long as you're not there and then you speak to him when you're sober, there's not much you can do. People do it all the time when they crash when they're drunk. They even though they're drunk, they smarten up straight away and sober up and think, shit, I got to get away from here. Because even if they come back 2 days later, it's clearly obvious they've left because they're drunk. Because if they weren't, they wouldn't have left. But at the end of the day, if you stay there, you are going to fail the test, you will lose your license, and you will get prosecuted. If you leave and then come back, it's different. Well, I suppose when you crash and you haven't hurt anyone else, I'm talking about. The fact that there was another vehicle involved, that makes the whole thing much different. So we'll see how this plays out. Yeah, just a quick video. God, isn't it crazy? Just as one news story drops about Jones, another one drops. It's a sad situation, but we'll see how this develops, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.